Hi, we're going to do a demo today where we show you how we use our NLU API portal to control a LEGO Mindstorms robot. So the first thing that we do is we create an application here called NXT Remote Control. And I'm going to go over some of the steps that we took to create this NLU model. But if you want a more thorough startup guide, we have a video here on the website that shows you all the different steps that you can take to create an NLU API model online. So let's go ahead and click on the details here. And so this is the main page, and it shows you the usage statistics, and this shows some of the API calls that we made when we tested out the robot using our NLU model. The first thing that we did is we created several entities and categories of entities, and so these identify different types of words that we want to recognize when people say commands to control the robot. So for example, back hints identify words that mean that you want the robot to go backwards. So let's click on Edit here to view an example. And then we click on View File. And so this is just a flat text file that identifies some of the words that mean to go backwards or to go in reverse. Now our NLU Model API is smart because it will actually take these words and it will identify other words that have similar meanings to these words, so that the developer or the subject matter expert doesn't have to come up with an exhaustive list of keywords. And so this is basically the same idea for the other entity categories here as well. So let's go into the sample. The sample or the corpus is several statements that you can identify to perform a certain action in your NLU model. And so let's filter out some of these actions so it's easier to read. So we have an action to identify going forward, so this makes a robot go forward, and these are several example statements that you can use to train your NLU model. The same thing with stop, right, left, and so on and so forth. So our NLU Model API will train on these particular statements and also the entities, and it will be able to identify other statements that people say that mean the same thing using a probabilistic approach. So let's go ahead and test this out on the actual robot. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to the robot. Okay, let's go ahead and give it some commands. Go forward 3 feet. Turn 180 degrees. Go forward 1 foot. Go backwards. Stop. Turn left. Stop. Go forward. Stop. And there you have it. This is an example of how you can control LEGO Mindstorms robot with Ask Ziggy's NLU API.